got the marine ply delivered. That's 4 sheets of 3x3 and that's 6mm thick, so that'll be my base floor level. I've looked forward to getting this wood down, so I'm halfway there now, and I'm just about to do the funky shapes around those heater ducts at the rear there. Getting it done though. One more corner left to measure and cut out now, and then it will be on to marking the position of the self-tapping screws into the sheet metal underneath. Just cable tied these speaker wires together, and looks like that was a live feed for the radio off of the leisure battery. So just tidying that up, I'll have one last hoover and then get these boards secured down. There we have it, that's all the floor down now. There's a few misses where the panels underneath are recessed so the screws didn't hit the metal, but I just moved them elsewhere, made sure it's all secure. So, done and dusted. I picked up these little inexpensive knobs also that makes it easier to grab hold of that handle and slide across. So 5mm thread on it, job done. So the screws that I was using to secure the wood down to the cargo floor are these 16mm self-tapping screws. Now I didn't want much protrusion up underneath the cargo floor, so they worked out quite well. Maybe a little bit short, could have gone to a 20mm. They got a 10mm head, so does the job. This piece of engine tinware requires repairing before I can move on to the next stage. Just got to weld in some new tabs there. That's a lesson learnt there then. Should have welded it in the first place. I mentioned before that this should have gone on the engine before I put it in, and I don't know why I didn't, but hopefully this little screwdriver is my get out of jail free card. If you can see, I've got the 2 small fuel hose clips cold welded in there now, and just gave them a little coat of rust preventative paint. That's it, got that tinware piece in now. I only managed to get 1 bolt out of the 2 at the top, but that'll do until the engine comes out next time. Got those 2 heat exchanger gaskets that I needed, so I can put that on now. Right, got the wheel off. Let's try and get this heat exchanger and exhaust buttoned up. I think the only thing that I probably won't do today is attach the heater control cables to the heat exchanger. Just want to change the ends out on those. But got some new heater tubes also. Eventually I'll have a fully functional heater system. So that's that job done and out of the way. All the nuts and bolts are tight on the exhaust system and the heat exchangers. Not too happy about the fitment of those heater tubes. I'm going to do a little bit more research to see if it's myself fitting them in correctly or not, but they're not a great fit. I mean, this side actually come apart on me, so a little bit of research on that, and on to the next job, I guess. So that's both of the actual cover plate tracks taken off on both sides of the bus now. I've got replacements. This is one of them here, slightly different in design, but still does the same thing. And there's a little bit of a variation at the front portion where that recess is a little bit wider. I don't think there'll be any problem in securing the cover plate, but if there is, then I'll just weld this portion back to the front part. So as usual, just another little tidy up done. Got a little bit of filler on the edge of that door, there was a very slight dent, so I've had to take that back, put a little bit of gear in there, and then sand it back also. But I'm going to store these doors in here for now, because I just want to go up to the front end of the bus and get a little bit done on there. Right, so I've just had a fault. You saw me run those speaker cables, and as I mentioned, the live feed that I think was on the leisure battery for the radio. Now I've just thought of something that is going to result in me taking all of that floor back up, and it's for something quite important once I'm out on the road. Have a guess, I'll tell you later. So I've just wet sanded the front of the bus down. Just had a bit of filler in there where the spare wheel was attached to the front of the bus. Now this is 320 grit, and I'm by no means a professional at any of this, so if you've got any comments or suggestions, then please leave them down below. Still a long way to go yet, but it's getting it done. So there's never going to be a shortage of jobs, but there's always going to be that decision of what to do next, and I think I'm going to go down the lines of actually spending time on getting these body panels straight as best as I can. I mean, I'm still a novice at that amongst everything else. Getting the doors in a primered or some sort of painted state, and then get these side windows out and make the necessary repairs along the side of the bus. And because of the repairs that I've got to make on both sides of the bus, that is why I haven't put any fuel in the tank and done the initial start-up of the engine, because there's still those welding repairs to make down both sides. So this feels pretty good. I'm going to throw a guide coat on that just to see where else needs doing, and then I'm going to put some filler primer on this lower section. You know what I think I'd like to do for the front end of this bus? I'd like to have a complete bus, paint-wise, you know, looking real nice, but then having the most rustiest, crustiest badge sitting on the front. One that looks like it's been sitting at the bottom of a river for, God, 20 odd years or something. So, if you can point me in the right direction of finding the correct period badge, but in a real bad state, just let me know. Anyway, have you thought about why I've got to take all that floor back out again? I think I'm going to leave you hanging. So until then, make it better than it was. I'll see you on the next one.